Hello there, my beautiful Pisces signs. It's Rachael with Dark Knight Coaching. Today's video is all about you, Pisces. I have a lot of information from your guides, from Spirit, to help you on your journey. A lot of you have been going through setting up your new life, a new sort of lifestyle that you're building, because the first card that came out here was the building blocks card. This is all about stability, about setting a new solid foundation for where you want your life to go. It is card number 28, so 28 might be a significant date for you, or a year, or an age, or just a significant number, so take that as it resonates. Now, you have a lot of interesting energy, Pisces, because the in your tarot, the King of Swords came out in your recent past, and this tells me like you have been standing up for yourself very, very much like in defensive mode, which is sometimes a thing we have to do, where we have to really get in our masculine energy and be very concise. You know, some people would call it like bossing up, or whatever you want to think, like in regards to that. That's kind of the energy I'm getting for you, Pisces. I do feel like Spirit is asking you to kind of toe that line a little bit, because sometimes when we get into this like masculine energy, we all have feminine and masculine energy, Pisces. So this isn't like if you're a dude watching this or a woman watching this, it doesn't matter. Like a guy, a woman, I shouldn't say dude. I don't know why I said dude, but you know what I mean. But if you're a person watching this, which I hope you are, it could be an animal, I don't know, whatever you want to identify as today. I do feel like there is a little bit of pride that's holding you back, because the Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way Full Moon in Leo card came out, and we are in Leo season as I'm recording this video, as I'm tapping into the collective energy of Pisces. Leo season is typically about confidence building and structure, and putting yourself out there and planting these seeds of this new like personality that you're developing. But I do feel like Spirit is maybe asking you to kind of tone down the defensiveness a tiny bit, because I do feel like it's a defense mechanism to protect yourself, which I totally understand that. And you're an emotional sign, Pisces, because you're water, so you are, very fluid with your emotions, but sometimes that might, the waves of emotion might take over you. And I do feel like it's kind of this fine balance you're going to have to find this month. Now, the next card I have for you is from my Third Eye Intuition deck. It says practice. This is all about your intuition. It says, when you're feeling lost, stop and find comfort in your intuition and let it guide you. Always remember to discern between intuition and wishful thinking. Sometimes that's a very hard thing to do, is practicing discernment, especially when we're tapped into our inner knowing, our higher selves. I personally have a hard time sometimes knowing whether it's like my ego brain, whether it's my pride getting in the way, or whether it's, the vanity that comes with a spiritual experience or enlightenment. Sometimes those things, again, have to kind of be harmoniously balanced, and you have to figure out what it is that's good for you, because sometimes when we're lacking compassion, that can really cause the floodgates of emotion to take the reins, and our ego self kind of gets in the way, and that's where the pride comes into play, and then that kind of inhibits our best outcome. There's not really like a good way to put that, but hopefully that made sense. Now, this compassion card is from my Power of Love deck. This is kind of the lesson Spirit wants you to focus on during this time of what's happening for you. Now, these lessons to me are all cohesive to the lunar cycles, so you might want to see where the moon is falling in your chart and where your moon placement is, because that's going to be very closely tied to your lesson that you're experiencing, and the energy that's flowing in your emotional state at this time. Now, compassion, this card says, you demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. Again, make sure you have love for yourself. Sometimes we get lost in finding compassion and empathy for others, and we forget to enact that on our own personal lives, and it just kind of gets lost along the way. So make sure you're very accepting of being compassionate towards yourself, and understanding and having forgiveness, because you are human too, I hope. Now, this card is from my Moon Oracle deck. It says, I am worthy of the very best in life, and I lovingly allow myself to accept what comes my way. Now, if you've been in this like constant state of masculine energy, you're probably not very attuned or tapped into your feminine energy, which, you know, that happens to all of us. This is very common, especially when we've had to like step up and, you know, maybe if you have responsibilities that require you to get stuff done, and you had a partner or a spouse or whatever, or friendship where they just kind of let things fall onto you, you've had to really step up into this masculine role. That can be challenging to allow people to come into our lives and give to us, because we're so used to being the giver that receiving is sometimes difficult. But Spirit really wants you to tap into that feminine energy. Now, you also have the Flower of Life card. I can't really see that very well. I love this card. Terrence Howard is an actor who is very popular for, I don't want to say promoting, discussing the Flower of Life. Now, this Flower of Life is all about the infinite energy, infinite life. We all are. This is basically a toroidal field that is us. Like, we are energetic beings. This is scientifically proven. So if you feel guided, Google Flower of Life and Terrence Howard. He's a genius. He really is. And I love listening to his stuff. And not only is he like a great actor, but I love his language of how he translates basic things into almost like layman's terms for people to understand. Very, very high concept, psychological, scientific, quantum things on a very basic level. And the Flower of Life is one of the things that he talks about. Now, this card in particular says, connect to the energetic world of our soul, where compassion and unconditional love reside. So again, this is another compassion card. There's just a lot of synchronicities and cohesion here. I do feel like you might have to work on your chakras a little bit, because I do feel like you might be out of alignment energetically, and you can work on your chakras many ways. Grounding is a great one. Just walking outside barefoot for 5 minutes a day is very impactful, because we are walking batteries. So sometimes we do need to ground ourselves. And a lot of the times the rubber on our shoes, the soles of our shoes, inhibits the flow of electricity purposefully. It's intentional. So keep that in mind. And the chakra card that Spirit really wants you to focus on this month is your solar plexus. This is kind of like right here chakra. This is tied to your empathy and your narcissism, essentially. We all have empathy and empathetic traits and narcissistic traits. It's just part of our personality. And sometimes we can ebb and flow too much on one side and too much on the other, just like our masculine and feminine energies as well. And that can leave you blocked up with energy, essentially. So this is the prayer card. This is all about turning the lemons that life gives you into lemonade. Sometimes that's like really hard to do, and you have to have kind of a silver lining perception or practice in place. So if you're having a hard time finding a silver lining, or you're just really like not about it, you can practice gratitude, because gratitude and anger cannot live cohesively. They cannot coexist at the same time. So if you can think about 5 things that you're grateful for in a day, it's really going to get you out of this like dreary mindset, because I do feel like you're trapped in this the underworld of the shadow side of yourself, with this, which is like the subconscious, like doom and gloom. Essentially, that's kind of what this card means to me. And I'm an intuitive reader, so I don't go by like the book of whatever it is. I kind of just flow with the energy and see what happens here. And this is cohesive with everything that I've been talking about, because sometimes we get lost in the underworld of thinking everything's bad, everything's happening to us because we deserve some sort of punitive punishment, and we've, pissed off the gods or something. But it's not a punishment. It's a lesson. And sometimes, most of the times, there is a blessing in the lesson. It just takes a lot of inner shadow work to find forgiveness and understanding for ourselves or for other people. With the compassion card here, another reminder, and then that can flow into, once you can find understanding and forgiveness, it doesn't mean you're forgetting. It doesn't mean you're okay with what happened. It kind of presents that as this like radical acceptance of like, what happened to me was not okay, but I'm okay now because I can see, you know, how all of the pieces of that puzzle fit together. Not that it made sense, not that it's something I would have done, but it's something that that person chose to do, and it shifted things. And now how can I make, you know, lemonade out of the lemons that that person gave me, and transmute it and alchemize it? Because not only is this, the underworld card came out for you, but this magician card, which is a major arcana card, which signifies a major chapter in your life, this came out in your subconscious energy as well. So these two are very cohesive with everything that I just said. So that's another reminder or synchronicity for you there, Pisces. Now, the I Ching is the last oracle card I have for you, and then I'm going to dive into a couple more tarot cards that I have. But if you're interested in a personalized tarot reading, please feel free to reach out to me. If you want a one-on-one coaching session where I do like lifestyle dating, any of like a lot of different modalities of coaching, please feel free to reach out to me as well. If you're not interested in that, that's cool, no pressure, whatever. Just feel free to hit the like button and subscribe. It helps my channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. Now, this card is stilling. I think I pulled this for Aquarius as well. It's number 52. So some of you might be dealing with Aquarius. There's Leo here. There's a lot of air energy. But this one says, hold yourself still, as in meditation. Don't seek to grasp yourself by hunting down every thought. You don't need to resonate with anyone. Even if you feel as though you ought to be sensitive to their presence and needs, it's no mistake to exclude all of these things and be quiet within yourself. What if there was nothing to do? And what if there were nowhere else you had to be right now? So make sure you're taking a breath, take a step back. And sometimes when we take a step back and we pause, we can really see the way forward. So that's just some divine guidance from spirit. Now, again, you had the King of Swords in your past energy, Pisces. Your current energy is the Page of Pentacles. This is a new opportunity. This is possibly like a new opportunity for a job or something you're trying to learn, like a new hobby, a new skill. This could be usually with pentacles, it ties to something kind of tangible. So maybe you're putting things into place so you can pursue, I don't know, maybe you're making a YouTube channel and you're just starting at the beginning there. Or maybe you are gonna write a book, or maybe you're going to work on some music that you want to create or something like that. Maybe you're taking up knitting or crocheting or crafting, I don't know. But this is kind of like a new venture for you, that you're learning something new. And it could just be studying, like you could just be studying tarot or studying spirituality or diving into something that's just a whole different mindset for you. Now, the next card, which is your future card, I have the Ace of Swords for you. So you're really standing in your truth here. This is a divinely guided truth that's either coming from a person or it's just a truth that you're living in, and it's being authentic basically is what this card means too. So I'm not getting like a whole bunch of energy of like somebody new coming in. I did ask for a clarifier on this and I got the 10 of Wands. So the Ace of Swords is like honest adult conversation. The 10 of Wands is like baggage from the past. So somebody might be coming back from the past, Pisces, to have a conversation with you about something they lied about potentially. So you got to keep that in mind if that resonates. Now, again, the subconscious energy I had for you was the Magician, and then I pulled kind of a clarifier for that as well. You have the Page of Swords, which tells me, you know, there was immature behavior in the past, but I do feel like you're moving on from that and you're alchemizing, again, this like lemons into lemonade. So whoever did you dirty, whoever keeps irritating you or getting under your skin, which I do feel like is a past person that kind of just is like a bad rash that won't go away, you know, like there's going to be a lot of clarity and truth coming to light. It may not be coming out of this person's mouth, but it might be coming out of somebody else's mouth that's like snitching. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Pisces. Hopefully this video helped. If it did, please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps my channel grow and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.